Powerball players line up at Lucky, Wisconsin's store ahead of drawing. People all over the United States are hoping Wednesday night's $700 million Powerball drawing will be their ticket to Easy Street. Some bet they can improve their odds by buying the ticket on Main Street. South of Wisconsin's Lake Winnebago, the town of Fond du Lac, meaning bottom of the lake in French, is at the top of the list when it comes to luck. It's a city on a winning streak, and the secret is out. They supposedly have, a long history of winners, Jerome Simmons said. Stores on Main Street, now dubbed the Miracle Mile, have sold more than 14 winning tickets in the past 20 years. They have claimed $300 million. Ahead of Wednesday night's giant drawing, optimists have been lining up at Korneli's Ma and Pa's since 6 a.m. According to store owner Steve Korneli. Korneli says they've sold more than 20,000 tickets since Sunday. "It's a lot of dreams in this line," Korneli said. "It's great. It's Fond du Lac on the map, worldwide." Since 1993, Korneli's has sold nearly a dozen winning Powerball tickets, as well as other jackpots, all totaling more than $220 million. In 2006, it sold one Powerball winner worth $209 million, which was shared by 100 cheese factory workers. It's hard to avoid Fond du Lac fever. And while the odds of winning are 1 in nearly 300 million, hope is priceless, and you can take that to the bank. Copyright 2017 CBS Interactive Incorporated. All rights reserved. Dreaming big $700 million big, lottery hopefuls hit the stores. Alameda. It's been almost exactly a decade since someone walked out of a Bay Farm Island gas station with a lottery ticket worth $93 million, and the regular hopefuls have been coming back ever since. And with the Powerball stakes rising to $700 million, 76 station manager Danny Kim said Wednesday that those regulars were being joined by ranks of more casual players, whose interest can't be piqued by a mere $10 million or $50 million or $100 million. As the hours tick down to the Wednesday drawing for the second-largest jackpot ever, people throughout the Bay Area flocked to places like Kim's 76 station to plunk down their money, $2 per ticket, to see if they could be a winner. The odds are only 1 in 292 million that they will be. Jasmine Woodard is one of those rare gamers, and on Wednesday morning she was buying 5 for herself and 5 for her father, Woody. "I don't buy often. Maybe once every 6 months, and when I do it for Woody," she said. "But it's on my dream board, and I know because of the law of attractions I will win something someday." That dream board is what fuels the lottery craze. "What skews the weekly sales," said California Lottery spokeswoman Melissa Villarin. For example, California Powerball sales averaged $8.1 million a week last year until the 2-month build-up to the record-setting $1.6 billion jackpot. That drove a frenzied $386 million in sales, much of that in the final days. "People get excited when it hits a certain amount," Villarin said. "Sure, for $50 million you can retire in a nice house and live well. But $700 million, that's Bill Gates money. That's a daydream. That's fame." Toyin Win won a comparatively modest $1 million for selling a $324 million ticket around Christmas in 2013 at his Little Jennifer's gift shop on Tully Road in San Jose. On Wednesday, he was doing fairly brisk business selling mainly to regular customers, some of whom phoned in orders for tickets he kept behind the register. "I bought a house with the money," said Nguyen, "but this prize is way bigger." It was a different dynamic at another lucky South Bay spot, a Chevron station in Milpitas where, in early 2014, a retiree went in to buy a sandwich and left with a Powerball ticket that wound up being worth $425 million. The store off Dixon Landing Road is a freeway stop-off, where you'll find more whim buyers than familiar faces. But manager Sween Jangra said that if Wednesday night is anything like the last big draw, it makes for an enormous line of folks interested in more than a fill-up. "We bring in an extra worker, just for the lottery machine," he said. "They're coming in today, and if no one wins, they'll be here the rest of the week." Kavanaugh Liquors at the gateway to San Lorenzo Village sold 5 winning multi-million-dollar California lottery tickets over the years, an East Bay bastion of luck before closing last fall. Angelic Martinez, a 21-year-old who works at a cigarette shop about 2 blocks away, said no vendor has filled Kavanaugh's lucky loafers. Someone has to win big, said Martinez. We've had some people win smaller amounts on scratchers and a lot of people come in here just for the lottery tickets, but nobody has won big yet. I hope it happens here. The drawing is at 7:59 p.m. Wednesday. The Powerball jackpot has been growing steadily since June, the last time someone won in the twice-a-week drawings. And if there is no winner Wednesday night, the pot could exceed the $1.6 billion record by the time the Saturday drawing occurs. When and if that happens, you don't go crazy, you do something good with that money, said Woodard, 31. I'd give some to Planned Parenthood, that's where I work, and I'd probably build a charter school. Nearby, Elisa Ruiz, clad in a pink sweatshirt with the slogan "Dream Big," was squeegeeing her windows and not dreaming very big. I never play it, she said. I always tell my family that I wish I could win the lottery sometime, but I never play it. Kim says he remembers when the big winner came in about 4 years after the draw. She was over 60 when she won, but when she came in she looked 50 years old, he said. And driving a very nice car, BMW. Money can change everything. Atlanta. We hear often about big lottery winners who mismanage their winnings. We spoke to a local economist about what to do if you score big playing Powerball. Roger Tutterow, an economics professor at Kennesaw State University, says if you are lucky enough to become a winner of this giant Powerball jackpot, you'll likely hear from long-lost relatives. He says you'll also hear from plenty of investment advisors telling you what to do with your money. Tutterow says winners need to take a step back and find financial advisors they can trust. He says there are too many stories where individuals have won large amounts of money and they've gone through it pretty quickly. He says they then find themselves back where they started. Customer William Watts bought 5 lottery tickets. If he wins, he told Channel 2's Carol Sparge he would follow Tutterow's advice. He says he would get a tax attorney who was highly recommended. What about deciding between taking a lump sum payment or annual payouts? Tutterow says people should make that decision based on what kind of return they think you can generate if you were to invest the lump sum with professional guidance. He says the annual payments may keep you disciplined and keep you from being a target for people who want to take advantage of you.